Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Just Love Them podcast, a place where we seek to find understanding, hope, and healing with our loved ones who've left the faith. A couple of weeks ago, I had on a very special guest. All my guests are very special. This was Sierra. She told her story about her choice to leave the faith that she was raised in. And I had a conversation with Sierra recently where she shared with me that her mother listened to the podcast and that she and her mother were able to have a healing conversation that helped her heart so much and helped her mom's heart so much. And it was just a very healing and beautiful experience for them to have an open conversation about where they were each at and share the love that they had for each other and find greater understanding for each other. As Sierra told me this, I could hear it in her voice. It just meant so much to her to have that conversation with her mother. And that's what we want. We all want that. We want to have those healing conversations, those bonding experiences where we just express love for each other and acceptance and where healing takes place. My April 15th episode was on validation. And in that episode, I mentioned that sometimes we are not ready to have those conversations. Sometimes we need to get ready. And so today we're going to talk about getting ready for a healing conversation. Are you ready to have those conversations? If you have strong feelings of sadness or anger or frustration or devastation, you're not ready. If you can't talk about it without crying or getting mad or getting frustrated, you're not ready. I'm here to help you get ready. Strong emotions make it very difficult to listen to someone else. It makes it very difficult to feel our intuition or to feel those promptings that might come to us. It's very difficult when we have those strong emotions to feel understanding or to be able to resolve disagreements or problems. So how do we get ready? Well, today I'm going to share with you the number one most used thing I do to get strong emotions and strong feelings out so that I can be in a place to have healing conversations. This technique that I use, I call it write and burn. And this is how it works. You get a piece of paper, write down on it what your emotion is in this form. I feel, and then what the emotion is, because. Now, there are some very basic emotions. And so I'm going to give you 5 of them that I learned from a mentor of mine. The 5 emotions make the acronym FADES, FADES. So it's frustration, anger, disappointment, embarrassment, and sadness. Let me say those again. FADES, frustration, anger, disappointment, embarrassment, and sadness. You're going to write, I feel frustrated or angry or disappointed or embarrassed or sad, or a combination of those. Or if none of those really fit it, you can put something else. I feel, let's say, sad. I feel sad because. And then you're going to write everything that comes to you. Now, you can do this on the computer, but there is something really important about writing it out by hand if you can. It gives your brain time as you're writing to get those emotions in a form that you can put them on paper. And there's just something really important about writing it out by hand. So I would encourage you to write it out by hand whenever you can. I feel sad because. You write everything that comes to your mind. You don't filter it. You don't screen it. You just put it all down. You don't have to be tactful. You just write everything. Nobody's going to read this but you. And you just write everything down until literally you can't think of anything else to write. You think you've got it all. What this does is it helps your brain sort out what your emotions are and it clarifies them. As you write it down, you'll be surprised. Your brain will give you more than you knew was there because there's more inside of you that isn't always on your conscious mind. So as you write, don't be surprised if you get more and more that you didn't even realize was there. So you can write it all down. When you are done with that, you're going to take that paper and you're going to go somewhere where nobody can hear you, and you're going to read it out loud. What this does is it gets it out from inside your body where it's been living, those emotions, and it gets them out into the air. The vibration of you saying the words does something. And as you are reading that paper out loud, imagine that those emotions are coming out from inside of your body, and they're now coming out and being on the outside of your body. Because as you're saying them, they're coming out of your mouth. So envision them coming out of your body and being now on the outside. Once you have read the paper, you're going to destroy it. My favorite, all-time favorite, this is what I normally do if I ever can, I burn it. And I have just a little pie tin. I keep it literally on my deck and a lighter, and I will crumple that paper up, put it in the pie tin, and light it on fire. And then I watch it burn. Now, this is not the only way to destroy it. You can shred it and then take it out. Don't leave it in your garbage can. You can flush it down the toilet if you rip it in little pieces. Any way that you can think of to destroy it is fine, but there is something really satisfying about watching it burn. And as the paper is being destroyed in whatever form you choose, imagine that those emotions, which are now on the outside of you, are being destroyed. So for me, as I watch the smoke going up and everything's kind of going up into the air, I imagine that those emotions are dissipating into the atmosphere. They're no longer with me. They're gone. If you're going to flush it down the toilet, imagine them being destroyed that way, or whatever way you choose, but destroy that paper. Once that is done, it's really helpful to go and have a little conversation with your higher power. Just get down on your knees or whatever form you like to use for your prayer and talk to God about it. This just kind of helps solidify things, put some healing in there. Now, how does this help? It doesn't sound like it would actually do anything, does it? But it totally does. There is something about going through this process, the writing it, the clarifying your emotions by getting it all down, and then saying it, and then destroying the paper. There is something about that helps release those strong emotions, that helps get them out and away from us, and helps us then be able to focus. And when we're able to focus, we're then able to listen. We're then able to feel any promptings, be in tune with our intuition. We're able to seek to understand. We're able to then resolve disagreements or any problems from a space of love. But those are strong emotions, they block that, and we're not able to do that. I want to share just a quick experience that I had with my husband the other night. Something happened, and we were both upset. One person got offended, and then the other person got offended, and we were both upset. And it kind of ruined our evening, honestly. So we came home. We were out doing something. We came home. Neither one of us were happy. We weren't enjoying being together. We each felt hurt. So we decided we were going to do a write and burn. And we have often found this is helpful when we are having a disagreement about something. If we each do the write and burn, then we're able to get rid of all those strong emotions, those strong feelings, get them out first. Then we're both able to come to the table in a way that allows us to listen with love and to speak with love in a way that we can't when those strong emotions are clogging us up. So the other night we had this disagreement. We both did a write and burn. We agreed because we know that that works. We've done it enough times. We know that it's much more likely to be a successful outcome if we do our write and burn first. So we both did a write and burn separately. And then we were able to come together and talk from a place of being calm with those strong emotions gone. Those strong emotions make it so difficult to listen to each other. Once we were able to talk, my husband was able to get down to the root of what was really hurting him, what had triggered him. And I was able to get down to the root of what had really triggered me. And we were able to come together and have more understanding and love for each other It was such a beautiful experience. And when we were all done talking, we felt so close. We felt so much compassion and love and care for the other person and understanding. It was an amazing experience. I've been married a lot of years, and even still, having the space to do a write and burn and come back together and find understanding, love, and peace for each other, it's still so important to do that, to keep that relationship building. It translates like that with any relationship that we're in. And so, as you are getting ready to have a healing conversation with someone that you love that has left their faith and that you are hurt about it, you're angry or you're sad, you're frustrated or you're devastated, you want to have that healing conversation. This technique is a great one that will help you get rid of your emotions so that you can then be in a place to have a healing conversation. Now, this is going to be one of a 3-part series. I'm going to do 3 parts on getting ready to have a healing conversation. I want you to have all the tools that you could possibly have to help you be in a healthy place to have that conversation. Now, you can only be in charge of you. When you are in a healthy place, you are going to be ready to have that healing conversation. And these 3 techniques that I'm going to teach you over my next 3 trainings are going to help you get there, to help you be in a place where you're ready to have a healing conversation with whoever it is that you would like to have a healing conversation with. Just like Sierra got to have that beautiful, beautiful healing conversation with her mom that's been actually several years in coming. No need to make it wait so long. You can heal now and be ready to have that conversation. And these 3 techniques I'm going to teach you are so beautiful and help you get to that place. I encourage you to do a write and burn this week with any strong emotion that you're having about anything. Start practicing doing it. And be sure to join the Just Love Them private Facebook group. Go onto Facebook, find the Just Love Them group. It's got white lettering, and join that group. I am putting some fun bonus material on that site that's not found anywhere else. And it's a place to share your questions, your experiences, your victory. It's a place to get support and to help others who are coming on the path behind you. And as always, I'd love to have a one-on-one conversation with you to help you with whatever you are going through. You can contact me at CherieBest.com. You can find the link for the Facebook group as well as my website on the show notes. Please be sure to share this podcast with anyone you know who is struggling with their loved ones who've left the faith. And join me again next time for another episode of Just Love Them.